just two questions. What did President Biden tell President Xi about Pelosi's trip to Taiwan, and how has he personally asked Speaker Pelosi not to go on that trip?
So I can tell you this. Look, there's a separation of power, right? There is two co-equal governments. The president was a member of Congress for 36 years. He understands what that means, and he knows that this is not. He cannot tell a member of Congress what they can or cannot do. So that is something that the president gets very well. Now, secondly, there has not been a trip that has been announced. I cannot speak to the speaker's schedule. She has to speak to her own schedule. Again, as we have said multiple times, when a congressional member thinks about having a trip or wants to go on a trip, an international trip, we give them the advice on the geopolitical assessment, on national security assessment, and it is up to them to make that decision.
Just one more thing. Based on today's GDP report, China now will have a faster economic growth than the U.S. this year. I'm wondering how the White House feels about that.
Look, I'll say this, and I'll quote Secretary Yellen on what we saw today with the GDP. So and she said this earlier during her press conference, there are a variety of risks ahead, like Russia's war, COVID lockdowns in China, and more. We have strengths in the economy, a strong labor market being one strength. Consumer household balance sheets remain generally strong. Credit quality is strong. You do not see some significant increase in businesses, bankruptcies. These would be the typical kinds of distress we associate with recession. That was what she said about recession. As to China, look, we also passed, the House just passed the CHIPS Act, which is going to make a difference, which is going to help us make us more competitive with China. It is a huge game changer, if you will, with having manufacturers invest here, dealing with our supply chain. Remember, one of the issues that we have had with inflation are the supply chain due to the pandemic. So this will help with that. This will create jobs. All of these things are going to matter in the upcoming months as well.